Now that it's cooling off, I want to show you something that Kemimoto sent me. I thought they were sending me heated gloves, and I think we lost something in translation, but they sent me these. These are tactical gloves. They seem pretty doggone strong, which is good. And a good pair of these at any hardware store is pretty expensive, but these are kind of odd. These have really hard plastic thumpers on them, to where, I mean, you could bang the daylights out of something. I guess they're called tactical. I don't know what you would do with that unless you're going to attempt to get yourself in a situation where you feel like you need plastic knuckles instead of brass. Although now that I banged that on there a few times, it is kind of sore-ish. So anyway, we're going to use them to chainsaw with, maybe. It's been a minute or 8 since I've been here, because the water is always treacherously high. It is not right now, so I thought it was a good time for us to look around and see how many snakes are out right now, since the sun is so bright. We've got a variety of tunnels to choose from. I think we'll choose the one with a snake. Let's find a snake first. We can't start our journey until we find a snake. No snakes. Let's go check the other side. I can't go downstream, I don't think, because it drops off so much. But I'm not sure if it still does that, so we'll have to go check. There's a lot more water than I thought, although it is a lot more shallow than I thought. You weren't interrupted, but I just got a call from my oldest squirrel. I want to see if there's a snake out here. All those curly things that look like snakes poking out of the concrete is rebar. There's got to be a snake on here. There's not a snake on here. How is this possible? It gets pretty deep down that way. So I think we're gonna, like I say, turn around and go upstream and see how far we can go. See what's been lost, what's been put into the lost and found. This tunnel is so full of garbage. There's a diesel fuel can, a big orange gigantor concrete cone, I thought that was a bat up there, but it's not. So let's go around. There's never a lot of treasures in this creek, but there could be now. But you can kind of look. This is pretty much a industrial waste or something like that. Probably a possible soft shell or two. And of course, railroad spikes. And a substantial amount of mosquitoes. Okay, this is getting deep. That means we gotta climb through all this garbage. Yeesh. I really don't want to get mashed up in all this. What is that? hamburger maker. Kind of pretty, isn't it? Oh man, there's people up there working on stuff. Doggone it. Change of plans since there were so many people there. We gotta get down here. It's been a long while since I've been in here. So it's time. And of course, I forgot my crack scratcher, but I'm thinking we may not need it. Because anything in here generally just stops on top because the cracks aren't as bad as you would think they are. The only thing is this is the worst part, hunching over like this. This is a better creek for soft shells. There's one right there. I know you can't see it yet, but Simon will be here in a minute and he wants to catch it, so I'm not gonna mess with it. I started to go up there swishing and scratching and scratching and swishing, but I didn't. This creek, unlike the one I started to take you in a minute ago, is full of snakes and everything else. There is a musk turtle that just went under right there. So even though this runs through the heart of the city where there's razor blades and needles, it is a pretty healthy little stormwater runoff that starts at a lake, which makes it not a stormwater runoff. But then once it gets into town, it's a stormwater runoff.
I'm gonna record it.
Yeah, go ahead. So Simon's here with his lovely Anna. Are you gonna get it?
Yeah, once.
Okay, I'll try. Oh yeah. Oh, watch your head, watch your head. Back out. Simon, watch your head, back down, more. You're gonna crack your crown. Come on. Ow. Ow.
Goodness gracious.
He's gooing out some goo.
He's got an aroma.
Oh, their nose moves. Look.
Get into the back.
Bite me.
He's not gonna bite you. Alright, setting it free. There he's in speedo mode, now he's gonna bury himself. Hey, you can't see it anymore, can you? He thinks he's hidden. What's an vortex?
Actually, I don't know. Here, you do it.
Do what? Oh, that's the case. No, the phone is vortex. The green is good for your immune system.
See if it turns on.
Well, no, it ain't gonna turn on.
Let's dry it out and see if it turns on later.
Can I take? He found some treasures. Some pliers. And we got 500 pair of those. From every creek in the world, but we shall harvest.
Ready, little guy? Go!
Oh, he's in the tough.
You should be able to swim through that.
He's got to crawl it. Oh, he's good now. It's a new spot. And it's time to go down there and see what's in the water. Let's see how far we can go downstream. If you're new to my channel, I like climbing down rocks like this and getting into creeks and seeing what's been washed through the city and out the other end. This is out the other end. So now we got to get down there without breaking some appendages. We're in. Now if the train doesn't come, we can get back out of here. If it does, we're gonna be here for a minute or six. D3. The second goal is getting up to where the spillover is without falling into the water. So here it is, the spillover. Nothing spectacular in there. Yet. There has to be a snake around here. So that'll be our next adventure, although the sun is not shining quite as much as it has been on days before this. So let's make our way downstream. So those of you who know me and have watched me year after year after year after year know that most recently, I'm gonna get down here before we start getting serious. My dad broke his femur. He's doing fair. I'm a little concerned he's never gonna walk again. But even more recently, really don't want to fall down. Even more recently, he's in rehab. He got a couple of blood clots in both legs, and they're worried about him. Taking it pretty seriously. Went to the emergency room 11 o'clock at night. Spent the night with him. Not sleeping, just sitting up, just hanging out. Till the next morning, when it was all a little more taken care of and stabilized in the hospital. That was 11 o'clock at night. On midnight, he had a birthday. It was his birthday. So his birthday, he spent in the emergency room. A few days later, he's still in the emergency room. And then yesterday he finally got a real room with a window view of the helicopters that land and bring in other patients. But while he was laying in the emergency room on his birthday, something's following me. His best friend on the hill that's there when I can't be with my dad. There's an official softball bat. That is official. It says it right there on it. Louisville Sluggard. Must mean they're lazy. That is a heavy bat. I think we shall harvest, but we need it clean. Nobody harvests. There's a helicopter. Nobody wants a dirty bat. Look how big that joker is. I guess I'm used to smaller T-ball bats, so we'll put it right here where we can find it when we head back out. So his best friend on the hill is using a saw and cut his thumb off. It's not gone. I'm assuming that's just sand in there. So my dad's in one emergency room, and across the hall behind curtain number 8, I believe, is his friend. I would show you a picture of that, but it's pretty disturbing. So I went in there and looked at it. Of course, I took a picture of it. And then they came and did the x-ray. That's a quality screwdriver right there. We will put it with the baseball bat. I don't have a man purse. We will harvest it on the way back. What are the odds of finding that? So the doctor on call said, take a picture of it and send it to me. So they did, and he said, just give him some pain meds, wrap it up, tell him to come back Monday morning. That is not a lie. So he said, okay, they did that. They sent a picture, blah, 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 come back. So he says, okay, forget that. This doctor's ain't even gonna come in. So he's got another doctor who's gonna see it, but that doctor was not on call, but said, yeah, you come in my office first thing Monday morning. He said, most likely we're gonna have to take it off the rest of the way, put it in a little can with a pop top, and you won't know it any from a Vienna sausage. We'll suture it up, and I'm calling on the limbs. We'll suture it up, and you can go home. The first doctor said, added to this, send him home, it'll grow back. I'm not sure what doctor thinks a thumb is going to grow back. But some of the things I saw in the Navy, in the medical field, made it clear that thumbs don't grow back. You know, I've never been down here, so I've never looked for bricks with numbers. That looks like a piece of a horseshoe. Look at that big old piece of slag right there. That is a beast. What color is it? Green or black? It is a light black. So that brick doesn't have a hole in it. It does have holes in it. Bricks with holes can continue to mold. That's my saying anyway. So anyway, for those of you who just joined me, now you're caught up with my personal family things going on. Oh my goodness. So, the next business day, my dad will see his heart doctor. They will continue working on his legs and make sure he didn't get a pulmonary embolism, the PE, if you will, because that is not good. And then, the tough thing about it, he was finally cleared to put weight on that leg, the one he had just had the surgery on. And it's a pretty tragic looking setup. If you look at everything the doctor put in there trying to make sure he didn't lose his leg. So that is still my fear, along with another fear. It hasn't been too long ago that someone was found in this creek, which is kind of a little nerve-wracking, but I wanted to come to the creek, none be the less, and see what's in there. That is got to be a hunk of iron. It is not. Oh, yes it is. Okay, I can't put that in our pocket. So the question is, are these jumper cables? And if they are, they're not. They're tubes for gas cans. So, if this is a pelvic bone, it's awfully small for anything. But I think it is a pelvic bone. I'm silent. because there's somebody down there. And the blue laying over that tree. I thought they were moving. But they are not. I see two legs. Can you, I don't know if you get this, the GoPro's don't zoom. Alright, need a few minutes. I'm gonna sneak up a little further, but with the camera off, just because. This is as far as we're going. We're gonna have to get out, and I'm gonna call somebody, and then we'll go back in another area. Believe me, I've made plenty of anonymous calls like this. Standard answer. We'll send somebody out to take a look at it. Do you want to call back? No, I don't. There's an engine block. And mosquitoes. It's interesting to me that as many people, especially in the United States, that have experienced violence within their home or lost someone due to violence, with all that going on with the school violence and everything else that's in the news, and you've got to change this and got to change this and ban this and ban that, that Hollywood still makes blockbuster hits and regular mainstream television, whatever app it may be, has show after show after show about constant violence. It's just weird that it's such a big deal in the United States, yet it's still considered an entertainment. Unless it happens to you and your family. I'm pretty sure, as it has happened in my family, that shows about gun violence and any kind of violence, where lives are lost, that it's not part of your daily routine to sit and watch it. That's just my theory. Look at that big round piece of concrete. So far I haven't found anything. I'm moving like barely. After I made the call, I got out, drove down to another spot, and got back in. I was thinking that could have been a millstone, but that is not. That is simply a big round piece of concrete. I'm not sure how far I'm going to go either, because we have not found anything. And so many leaves are falling, it's hard to even tell if there is anything washed up. Plus the birds are really mad at me for walking in their creek. So far, just a few car parts here and there. No marbles. Nothing. I'm getting farther and farther away from town, so it's getting quieter. The scary part is, I don't know where I am. It's not scary, because I know that nobody else comes down here and just goes out for, oh, that's way up on the side of the mountain. I thought that was like close to us. Never seen that in a car before. These creeks fill up as high as the bag trees are when it's flooded. So that is, of course, way over our heads. It just looks like a bunch of C&D waste in here from the past 100 years. Here's another one of those big round concrete things. There was probably a pole in there at one time. A power pole, I don't know. Nobody knows. It's always fun walking down the streams or the creeks or even up them. Walking back is not quite as fun because my goal is just to get back. I thought I heard somebody. I live pretty far off a main road, surrounded by woods, and I went to let Girl Dog out this morning about, I don't know, 2:30 or 3, something ridiculous. I don't know what's wrong with my dog and its sleeping habits, but I let it out and it immediately takes off and runs laps all over the property, up and down the road, just barking the entire perimeter of everything. And it knows where we live. So it got silent. And I started whistling. And I whistled as loud as I could. Like at 2:30 or 3 in the morning. Remember, I'm out in the middle of the woods. Somebody whistled back. I went inside and closed the door. And I waited for Girl Dog to come back. Look at that creepy looking episode. I waited for Girl Dog to come back and bark to be let in. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? I want to get over there and see what that big, massive hunk of metal is, but it's pretty deep and pretty slick. And any rocks that are in the sun are slick. I may have gone as far as I can go. There is a yellow jacket flying around me. The only concern is that there's more than one. I know what it's thinking. I know what all yellow jackets are thinking. They're thinking, take another step, dude. It's getting deep. Oh my goodness. I gotta go back, get in the wagon, drive back around, and it looks like there's a little bit of chance of rain. So I'm gonna start moving. If I find anything that's absolutely mind-blowing, I will turn on the camera. But if I do not, oh, check out my blouse. Can you see it? It's got Girl Dog and me, and we're fist bumping because that's what we do. Thanks for watching my videos.